What do you think? Is voiceover a viable career now? Can you create a sustainable voiceover career? You may have heard there's tons of people getting into voiceover. Can we still make a living at it if we're just starting out right now? The answer, and I'm not going to sugarcoat this, it's up to you and how much work you're willing to put into it. Here at the Atlanta Voiceover Studio and ProVoiceoverTraining.com, we try and hammer home that you are building a voiceover business. So you've got to look at it as a business. Don't go giving up that day job until you start getting work and it's consistently coming in. Everybody's voiceover journey is different, but hopefully what I have for you here is going to help you as you make your decision. So especially with the talk about AI coming into the scene, is voiceover going to be around? We've been thinking a lot about it here, and we hope this will be encouraging to you. So let's break down what we'll call aggressive doubt thoughts. And those basically led up to the question of, is voiceover a viable career now? But overall, when you have these aggressive doubt thoughts, they always come from a scarcity mindset, as opposed to an abundance mindset. So aggressive doubt thought number one, there's so much competition now and there's a million me's out there. Aggressive doubt thought number two, seems like I have to work a whole lot more now just to get the same results that I used to get years ago. Aggressive doubt thought number three, have I hit the pinnacle of my career and now there's only a decline? And finally, aggressive doubt thought number four, with AI, the future seems uncertain. So if there's going to be less opportunity, should I be focusing on another career? Do you relate to any of these? We had an interesting interaction with a person frustrated at the industry, and he kept repeating, is it even worth pursuing voiceover anymore? I get the frustration. That's why Heidi and I always want to share what our journey is like through this, just in case it helps you. So here's our and my personal conclusions on this. One, the more competition, the more motivation. Yes, there's a lot of competition, especially in my category. But competition, while it may not feel good, gets the blood pumping, and it can be very good for us. There's an article from Fast Company, and I'll link it below. It talks about exactly how beneficial competition can be for us. One of the things they say, competition can increase motivation, improve productivity and performance, and provide accountability and validation. Two, with thousands or more of me, that means that there's more pressure that I need to dig deep and figure out what sets me apart. Or for you. One of the greatest tools that we and you have in your voiceover business is knowing exactly what you bring to the table, your unique value. Having more competition like you or in your category helps you figure out what sets you apart from your competition. The best thing Heidi and I did recently was update our branding. And she said for her, the ROI, return on investment, she said it was huge for her, mentally and emotionally. Number three, we need to work smarter, not harder. My resources, Heidi's resources, our time and energy are spread pretty thin. When there's no more margin to work harder, that means we gotta work smarter. We've been focused on finding AI and synthetic voice companies that are ethical and can provide passive income for voiceover talent. An industry that's getting tougher and tougher to make it in forces us as talent to become more strategic and creative in that strategy. Four, in a freelance career like voiceover, we can always pivot within the voiceover industry. So you're in a booking slump, eh? Been there. Kind of just getting out of it right now. So I say that to let you know, yeah, I get it. Or maybe you're a talent who only had one agent and they closed. Well, don't be discouraged. There are way more different genres within the industry and ways to get jobs. So pivot. I don't know if you heard the story or not, but Heidi recently talked with veteran voiceover talent and coach Kay Bess. She shared a story about years ago when she was in a slump booking commercials, and commercials were her bread and butter for years. When that happened and she started getting into that slump, she started training in animation and video games, and that led her to a successful career on that side of the industry. Totally different genres, so it can be done. It may not be easy, and it's going to take some work, but it can be done. 5. The future with or without AI is totally uncertain. We just don't know. When things are going great, the future seems promising and sure. But the reality is, we never know what's really going to happen and what the future will bring. So no matter what industry you're in, it's probably going to be affected by AI. All we can do is focus on leaning in, learning what we can, looking for ways to bring value that AI cannot, and being flexible with the changes that come. And I will add, even though we have AI stuff that's popping up here and there are two things we know to be true. If you believe that there's no way around it and that you're doomed to failure, well, you're probably correct. So let that sink in, that's a scarcity mindset. However, if you have an abundance mentality and you think that there are ways to navigate uncharted waters successfully, you're probably correct. It's a whole half glass empty, half glass full type of mentality, which reminds me of the Henry Ford quote, if you think you can, or if you think you can't, you're right. The other thing that I absolutely know to be true is that we as humans want human interaction. We want connection. There will always be something to us interacting with each other. And AI, is never going to be able to replace that, no matter how good the coding gets. So while AI may take over a certain segment, you can't replace a connection that only we have with each other. And thankfully, the majority of companies are going to want that over some synthetic voiceover. They need the voice to connect with people they're trying to reach. Again, AI can't do that. Although, if the voice sounds like Scarlett Johansson, like in that movie, don't show Heidi this. We haven't just asked these questions about ourselves, but also for Atlanta Voiceover Studio and ProVoiceOverTraining.com. Our goal has always been to give you the resources you need to create the career that you want. So if we truly believe that there's no future in voiceover, we're not going to be here. What's the point of Atlanta Voiceover Studio and ProVoiceOverTraining.com? Not only are we leaning into innovating our own voiceover careers, but we as a studio are focused on fostering relationships with studios, agents, casting directors, anyone we can, in order to bring opportunities to you. Whatever changes may come, we're here as a resource to you, and we strive to elevate the industry as a whole so that we all can achieve great careers. Thanks for watching. Please give us a thumbs up. Our goal is to have you walk away from any class or workshop or private coaching feeling more confident and capable than when you started. Our mission is to elevate, equip, and inspire you in your voiceover journey. Cheers to your success.
Not sure if you know this, but if you ever want to train with a professional, you can always go to AtlantaVoiceOverStudio.com and click on Private Coaches in the menu.
Yeah, we have a full list of coaches who will meet up with you live on Zoom and help you work on whatever you need. Whether you're trying to master the conversational natural read, you want to practice bringing a script to life as opposed to just reading it,
or if you'd like to make sure that your home studio is set up properly, we have a private coach for that. We're here to help you on your VO journey.